So English language for me is overrated because we are insisting that the perfection of it will be a standard of progress in our own society.
A lot of times in Africa, a person's intelligence is based on how good their English or their French is. People want to hear you speak so they can know the amount of respect they can attribute to you. But in my opinion, that is not the right thing to do. Every country has their language and every country has their culture. Why are you basing my intelligence on how good my English language is? Listen to this.
You say English language is overrated.
It is.
This is our English language.
What would they do for now? Like,
Our official language, the lingua franca.
Let's go there.
Why exactly?
So this is it. A young man came to my house many years ago. His uncle had returned from England and was staying with me. He had come to see him to ask for money to buy a new engine for his taxi car. He ran a taxi business.
Okay.
I knew this guy when he was much younger, and he was brilliant. So here was I like, hey, why are you driving taxi? I knew you. You were smart. Why did you go to school? Why did you become a lawyer or something? I said, I didn't go to school. I gave up on that. What happened? He said, I wanted to study law. First of all, I was struggling. I had 4 credit. I didn't have 5 credit. But most importantly was I couldn't pass English language. And I kept failing English. After a while, my dad said, you can't take that extra price on anymore. And so I had to forget about education. And here I am.
As unfortunate as this would be, that is the case in some African countries. If you are not able to speak fluent English, you are not qualified for that position.
I don't understand. You couldn't pass English language. He said, yes. I said, okay, wait. Which subject did you pass? He said, he passed economics, government, and I think commerce or something. I said, okay. Which language did you use to pass those other subjects? Did you write the economics with Yoruba? No. Did you write the government with Yoruba? You wrote it with English and you passed. Okay, so question to myself now. It means when the examiner is marking this boy's paper, it's not testing the use of English. It's testing the technicality of English. Because if it's testing the use of English, our boy can speak enough English to pass 3 other subjects with the same English, right? And he passed in flying colors. So why couldn't he pass the English language that he used to pass 3 other subjects? It means that what the examiner is testing is whether, no matter how much language you can speak, if you can't tell the difference between a clause and a phrase, between a pronoun and an adjective, you are not going to pass. The bigger question I ask myself is, so what is the goal of lingua franca? Is it communication or sophistication?
No matter how intelligent and how resourceful you could be, if you can't speak well, you don't deserve it.
Because if it is communication, our boy could communicate enough to pass 3 other subjects, right? So it means that if it's communication, and I say to you, I'm going to Lagos tomorrow. Please, do you understand that?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've passed. I should pass. That is the goal of lingua franca. If you say no, you cannot say I'm going to Lagos, then you won't get a job. Then you are persecuting me. You are persecuting me beyond the definition of your lingua franca. It means that lingua franca is about sophistication, not communication. It means that no matter how clearly you can understand me, if I fail the test of technicality of the use of that English, I will still not get the attention and the resources and the acceptance my individuality deserves. Meaning that if I go for an interview and I say, I'm come from Ogun State, I will lose the job. Even if I'm the best thinker in the room. I will fail the test of container, even if my content is correct. Even if my quality of thinking is correct, I can't even marry the girl of my dreams. Because if I go to her house on Sunday morning and the other day say, where are you taking her? I say, we are going to church. I say, sorry, excuse me. You are going to church? Except the man is also a church speaking, so there's sympathetic resonance. He will tell this girl, you have not found your husband though.
This man in this particular video gave a vivid example of how overrated English language has been for us Africans.
Right? Now, I could be the best thinker in town. I could be the most loving guy in town. I could pace the woman, help her with her emotions, guide her in her career more than anybody could. But because I failed the technicality of English, just because I cannot say, I am coming, and I say, I'm come go, and then you understand me. Let's expand that. Let's expand that. So, pidgin is not an embarrassment. Pidgin There's Pidgin French. There's Pidgin English. There's Pidgin Yoruba. There's Pidgin Igbo. There's Pidgin Hausa. There's Pidgin in every language. Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language.
That is the birth of the Pidgin English language. That is the evidence of a people struggling to get a language correct, so they create a false one to support themselves.
Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language. The best coaches in the world don't speak good English. I hope you have noticed. From Jose Mourinho to Pep Guardiola,
That's so right.
to Jurgen Klopp, to all of them, they speak bad English. Yeah, they train Englishmen. And they win all the competitions in the world. Because everybody is focused on communication.
I live in a country called Italy. I have been living here for almost 20 years. Trust me, I have not gone to one single office where they require you to speak English language. As a matter of fact, if you don't speak their language, they help you to even find better ways to communicate.
If Westerhoff, one of the most successful Super Eagles coaches, this is how he talks. Tomorrow we win, Yakini is called. That's how you talk. But we get him. Do you know that a Gary seller in Benin speaks better English than a Chinese professor? But the Chinese professor has made his own shoes. He has made his own car. He has made his own plane. He has made his own instruments for expressing himself every day.
That is what I call heritage. That is what I call culture. That is what belongs to them, and that is what they protect. But it's not like that in Africa. In Africa, in the French-speaking countries, your French has to be good. In the English-speaking countries, your English has to be good.
We are busy judging the Gari woman by a Pidgin struggle, and she cannot advance. Think about it. The 4 subjects of development in the world is mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. Those subjects make everything. Every other subject is trying to sell it, promote it, spread it, defend it, protect it, whether you call it law, accounting. But the subjects that make is physics, chemistry, biology, maths. You see those countries that you honor, those countries we praise, America, Japan, they learned those subjects in their language.
Yes.
The Chinese learned it in Mandarin. Japanese learn it in their own language. The French learn it in French. The Germans speak German.
Russians.
Have you thought about it? That the most prosperous countries in the world speak one language? The poorest countries in the world have many. Because we are busy trying to master another person's language. Now, let's be clear. It's not my fault that I cannot speak English. It's not, neither did I choose it. I am an Ijebu man. If I say Mofe Malo instead of Mofe Malo, which is Yoruba, if I say Mofe Malo, I'm a Ras man. Because I cannot speak Yoruba well, which is who I am made to be.
Your mother tongue.
If I say I'm Go, I'm not an Englishman. You should understand that I'm not an Englishman. You can't judge me as a Yoruba man by the standard of an Englishman. Now, you cannot, because I'm not an Englishman. I can't marry the girl of my dreams. I cannot company with the people that I want to be with in society just because I fail the standard of another man's language, not my own. I speak Yoruba very well. I speak, you speak Igbo very well. You speak Hausa very well, right? But you don't speak English very well. And that is fine. If you say we have a lingua franca, let's focus on communication, not sophistication, right? So English language for me is overrated because we are insisting that the perfection of it will be a standard of progress in our own society. And the Englishman has not held the Chinese to that standard. The English country has not held the French to that standard.
I swear!
We have not held anybody to that standard. We are the ones holding ourselves to that standard. The Englishman is not even holding us to that standard. Let me tell you something. If you say, I'm in charge of the program, I'm the one in charge. If you say it in Lagos to a beautiful girl, she's going to look down on you.
Yes, but if you say it outside.
But if you're in America, you will see a lawyer.
Yes.
Well-educated lawyer, went to Harvard. Her husband is Nigerian or Ghanaian. He will say, in charge. Because she didn't see it as being lower in society or being fake or being weak or being ras. She sees it as normal challenge of English.
Yes.
Now, you see Nigerians in Chicago who will say Chicago because they are wrestling she. Meanwhile, Chicago is Chicago. You don't say Chicago. It's not Chicago. It's Chicago. It's Chicago. It's SHI. But our own mind, she is embarrassment. So we must not say Chicago. We must say Chicago. So you see them again, Chicago. Wrestling with the weight that English language has placed on them. Now, if all of us are in this room and we are communicating, the ideas that we fly, just because somebody speaks good English, a part of us says he's better. A part of us says we should listen more to him. A part of us says he's superior, right? Have you noticed that anybody speaking either English in a British accent or American accent, if they are teaching, they just sound deep. At times what they are saying is so watery, so elementary. I'm like, anybody say, ooh, they're not responding to the depth. They are responding to the container, not the content. Right? And I see that every day. And you see people, if you are in a room with girls, with boys, and you say, I'm go, people will look down on you.
Who laugh at you.
It doesn't matter if you are the best thinker in the room. Just because you failed that standard of that container, they think that they are better than you. So I have to graduate out of that. And I used to be that myself. But I used to say, no, this is not fair. I can't hold myself to that standard. I can't allow anybody around me to be held to that standard. So our first response is not to mock people because they cannot speak good English. If we are going to mock people at all, mock them that they cannot speak their own native language.
As Africans, it will be my pleasure that we will grow to the level to understand that our intelligence is not based on how much of the white man's language we can speak, but rather ours. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section, so please comment, share the video, and then if you have anything to say, you can DM me. My name is Dadaba Flipper. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you another time.